Welcome to today's story. Today, we're going to look at the 2004 movie Alien vs. Predator. At the beginning of the movie, in 1904, we see a man running into a pub and hiding inside. Although someone follows him with a sword intending to attack, another creature arrives and attacks him. A century after this event, the Whaling Corporation detects a heat signal in a region believed to be deserted. In Nepal, a young technician named Lex, who is climbing a mountain, receives a call from someone named Max. He tells her that his employer is willing to fund her organization if she agrees to meet. However, Lex declines, saying she's in the middle of a climb. But as she reaches the top, she sees Max waiting there. In Mexico, archaeologist Sebastian is exploring ancient ruins, but only finds a soda bottle cap. His boss jokes and eventually dismisses his team. Sebastian, unwilling to give up, tells his assistant Thomas to keep the team there while he arranges funds at the bank. Back in his tent, he learns that Max has arrived with a job offer for him. Soon, Lex, with chemical engineer Miller, boards a helicopter and begins documenting her journey for her children. Upon arriving near an ice-breaking ship, Miller examines equipment, but is told by a worker to leave. Finally, Max introduces their CEO, Charles, who explains that their satellite has detected an unusual thermal signal deep beneath the Earth. They've also discovered an underground pyramid. Charles reveals that scientists have studied this pyramid, believing it could be the world's first pyramid, but it lies 2 kilometers underground. Digging head Rustin explains that it will take 6 days to reach the island. Lex suggests the team train for survival in such extreme cold for 3 weeks, but Charles dismisses this, saying others may discover the pyramid first. Lex argues that the island is very isolated, making it risky for exploration, but Charles insists that compared to what they might find, the risk is worth it. Lex rejects the job offer and, while packing, asks Max who they'll hire in her place. Later, she meets Charles, expressing concerns that the new guide lacks experience and fears people may face danger if the mission is rushed. Charles, however, is dismissive of her worries. That evening, Sebastian asks Lex if she could save their lives if she joined the mission, prompting her to reconsider. Meanwhile, a massive spaceship approaches Earth, emitting a bright beam toward it. The next day, Lex, lacking time to train the team, instead briefs them on survival protocols. She notices a team member loading his gun and explains that she doesn't intend to use it unless necessary. The team sets out, and on the way, Lex notices Sebastian wearing a necklace with a bottle cap. They arrive near an abandoned whaling station, where Lex explains to Sebastian that people mysteriously disappeared from here. As Miller takes photos inside the pub, he hears footsteps but finds nothing. Turning around, he finds Lex, who reminds him that walking alone is against protocol. Miller is still uneasy about the sound, but it turns out it was a penguin. Soon after, they discover a tunnel to the pyramid, which wasn't visible in the satellite images. Preparing to descend, Lex notices Charles, visibly frightened, and advises him against going. Charles replies that he's focused on survival, comparing it to someone thinking of their life when sick. Lex shares a memory of her father, who climbed a mountain despite a broken leg and eventually died from a blood clot after 4 hours of pain. Quickly, Lex and the team descend the tunnel, but Charles's cable snaps, causing him to fall. Lex manages to catch him, and they slowly descend while a spaceship arrives near their base, deploying 3 Predator pods. The team eventually reaches the cave near the pyramid. Finally, they witness the pyramid for the first time and are filled with awe. Charles tells the team they've made history with this discovery. The group enters the pyramid, and Lex notices an engraving of a creature on the door, mentioning it to the others. When someone accidentally steps on a trigger, a room below opens, revealing a giant alien queen inside. She is revived with electric shocks. Meanwhile, someone from the team hears something behind him, but before he can react, he's attacked and killed. His scream alarms the others, who rush outside with their guns, only to be attacked by an invisible creature. Another team member spots the lifeless man hanging by his legs. Suddenly, a blade swings toward him, and as he escapes, he sees other bodies similarly hung by their legs. He tries shooting at the predator, but it easily overpowers him. The group then enters a sacrificial chamber, where they find a dish containing the remains of an alien. Sebastian examines the remains and concludes they willingly sacrificed themselves. Thomas translates the symbols, explaining that they gave their lives to initiate a hunt. Miller, while examining a corpse, reveals that something exploded from within it, which explains the bones scattered outside. The team is unaware that beneath them, the queen has begun laying eggs, which are then transported down a conveyor. They decide to split up and explore the lower chambers. In one room, they discover a strange lock. Sebastian examines it and says it opens only once a year, and the last time it opened was in 1904. He adjusts it to today's date, and the chamber opens to reveal 3 guns. Despite Sebastian's reluctance, the others take the guns. Meanwhile, the predators detect their presence and rush inside the pyramid. As the doors in the lower chamber close, another opens, and alien eggs surface on a table, beginning to hatch. One of the aliens jumps out and grabs a man's face as he screams, but the others can't hear him. Alex decides the group should quickly leave. After some time, Roselle regains consciousness and finds a dead facehugger next to her. Unfortunately, 2 of her teammates still have them attached to their faces. Suddenly, she feels a pain in her chest as a creature bursts out of her. Soon, the predators arrive and discover their guns are missing. The remaining survivors head toward a statue where Alex notices the weapons on the statue's shoulders. But they remain unaware that a predator is watching them and notices they have his weapons. One team member is caught in a trap, and the others only see his gun fall to the ground. The predator then attacks another member with a spear. Although the humans fire back in fear, their bullets have no effect due to the predator's speed. The walls and floor begin to shake, separating everyone. One person falls into a pit, while Lex and others take a different path. After a while, the shaking stops, and the man trapped inside searches for an exit, but falls into another tunnel. Hearing screeching sounds around him, he grabs his gun, noticing some strange slime nearby. Just then, he's attacked by a creature. Charles finds the body of a fallen teammate and comments on the condition of the weapon, much to Max's irritation, as he chastises him for not caring about the man's death. When Sebastian's watch alarm sounds, he explains that the pyramid shifts every 10 minutes, just as the room starts shaking again, revealing a new door. Miller and another member find a newly opened door and proceed inside. As Miller moves forward, he finds a teammate's gun and hears someone screaming. At that moment, the other man falls into a trap, breaking his leg. Miller tries to help, but the door closes. The predator then attacks Max with a net, which is too strong to break. Lex tries to fight the predator, but is overpowered. The predator then kills Charles and crushes Sebastian's neck. When the predator approaches to kill Alex, an alien creature attacks and pierces its heart. The remaining predator abandons Sebastian and confronts the alien. As they battle, the remaining humans escape. The predator uses his blade to wound the creature, but it retaliates by throwing him to the ground. However, the predator cuts its throat, and the acid from the wound damages the blade. The predator, still fighting, eventually throws the creature down and attacks it again. The predator's armor is damaged by acid, forcing it to remove it. As it continues to search for the alien, it catches one trying to attack from above and traps it in a net. As the creature struggles, the net begins to slice into it, but the acid from its blood breaks the net, allowing the alien to escape and kill the predator by slamming it to the ground. The survivors try to escape, but Charles, struggling to breathe, remains behind. When the last predator arrives, Charles asks him to leave him behind. Sebastian, deeply saddened, hugs Alex and escapes, while Charles attempts to grab a weapon. However, the predator effortlessly evades his attacks and crushes Charles's neck. The predator then discovers Charles has terminal cancer, releasing him instead of killing him. Using the opportunity, Charles strikes the predator with a gas blast, infuriating him, and he decides to kill him. The pyramid begins to shift again, and Alex and Sebastian run between closing walls. Although Alex escapes easily, Sebastian barely survives, with only seconds to spare. At that moment, a facehugger attacks the predator, who manages to kill it. Another creature ambushes him, but the predator quickly kills it from a crack. Lex watches the predator carve a mark on his helmet with a broken leg of a facehugger, symbolizing his warrior status. Realizing what it means, Sebastian looks away, only to be attacked by another facehugger that leaps onto the predator. The team splits up as they encounter further dangers in the labyrinthine pyramid, with survivors falling one by one. The remaining predator continues his mission as he battles through the maze filled with alien creatures. Sebastian realizes that this is a battleground where young predators fight to prove their strength. He also understands that predators discovered Earth thousands of years ago, and humans once worshipped them as gods. Every 100 years, humans willingly offer themselves as sacrifices to these creatures, allowing predators to engage in combat with them. However, once, the Predator set off a bomb to destroy all these creatures to prevent them from invading Earth. Meanwhile, Miller wakes up to find himself pinned against a wall. As an egg bursts open, he tries to grab a nearby weapon, but a facehugger jumps at him. He manages to shoot and kill it. More eggs begin to open, and Miller keeps firing until he runs out of bullets. Alex decides to return to the Predator to give back its weapon, so it can help them fight the aliens. However, Sebastian disagrees. Alex insists that, even if they can't save their own lives, they must stop these creatures from escaping. As Alex and Sebastian search for the Predator, they are found by an alien, forcing them to flee. Reaching a destroyed bridge, Sebastian leaps across, but when Alex tries, the rocks give way. Fortunately, Sebastian catches her before she falls. Unfortunately, an alien captures Sebastian. When Alex climbs up, she only finds his broken bottle. Alex continues on, but struggles to find a way out. The Predator finds Alex, and she surrenders its weapon, begging it not to attack her. Just then, an alien strikes the Predator, causing it to drop its weapon. The Predator shoves the creature aside, but another alien leaps at Alex. Fortunately, she grabs a spear from the ground and kills the alien. She then sees the Predator attaching its weapon to its armor. This weapon locates the aliens and starts killing them. Suddenly, the Queen alien screeches, summoning all the aliens to her. The Predator attempts to leave, but Alex decides to follow. The Predator breaks off a dead creature's finger to show her the acid inside, which destroys everything it touches except their bodies. Then, it crafts a weapon from the creature's neck and gives it to her. Meanwhile, the aliens free the Queen from her bonds by melting the chains with their acid. As Alex moves through a room filled with eggs, she finds Miller's body. She picks up the weapon and continues, discovering Sebastian, who is still alive. Despite her efforts to save him, he reveals that an alien is already inside him and begs her to kill him. Left with no choice, she shoots him. However, an alien bursts from his body and leaps toward the Predator, who kills it. Meanwhile, the Queen frees herself from the chains. With more eggs opening, the Predator decides to plant a time bomb to destroy the place. After setting the bomb, the Predator and Alex try to escape, but another alien attacks them. Alex manages to shoot it, saving the Predator, and they flee as the pyramid collapses around them. They leap onto the ice as the whole structure is destroyed. Once everything calms down, the Predator removes its helmet to reveal its true face to Alex. Then, it takes an alien finger and marks her face with the symbol of a warrior. Suddenly, the Queen breaks through the ice and attacks. Although the Predator tries to shoot her, the Queen easily dodges. As the Queen attempts to attack the Predator, Alex strikes her with her spear. Enraged, the Queen chases Alex, who runs to save herself. She reaches a tank and climbs inside before the Queen can catch her. The Predator arrives and strikes the Queen's head, giving Alex a chance to attach the Queen's chain to the tank. She pushes the tank over the edge, causing both the tank and the Queen to sink into the icy waters below. Afterward, Alex returns to the dying Predator. A ship appears, and the other Predators step out, but leave her alone because of the symbol on her face. The leader presents her with a spear as a token before they depart. As they leave, a new alien bursts from the chest of the dead Predator, marking the end of the movie.